Hello and welcome from Sydney, Australia. I make short videos showcasing tidbits of my life that I think might be informative or educational and rarely entertaining. Today, I'd like to share with you just a few tips for when we are feeling a bit down, a bit sad, a bit in the gutter. We're not sure exactly what to do. We're feeling a bit lost. This is not, a sure-footed guide or step-by-step process. It's just a few suggestions that I have to that might be useful to help someone who's feeling like this to start to make some steps, some actionable steps in the correct direction. And to start off, I'd like to talk about the concept of smelling good. What do I mean by smelling good? I mean to present yourself in a presentable manner. If you are presentable, you're smelling good, you've taken a shower, you put some nice clean clothes on, you've shaven if you're a guy, you put some makeup on, your hair's gelled up or brushed, etc., etc. You've got some nice clean socks, you've polished your shoes, and you're just looking very presentable, even if not professional, but presentable, even if you're wearing casual wear, you're wearing things at home. But if you are organized within yourself, then it primes yourself to be ready to do more with your day, to be productive. And you never know who you're going to meet. You might get a visitor to your home. You might meet a future employer if you're at work, for example. You might meet the love of your life. And just putting that little extra step in to prepare yourself for any situation, regardless of where you are, whether that's at home, at work, going out to a restaurant, etc., gives you a sense of organization, that what you're about to do is important because everything you do is important, and puts you in the right frame of mind to get things done. So, if things are a bit chaotic for you, then the first thing you can organize is yourself. And then the next step, I think, would be to clean the clutter in your immediate surroundings. The concept, like Jordan Peterson and so many others have mentioned, to clean up your room. The world has a lot of problems that as individuals we can't solve, but we can have some sense of responsibility for our immediate environment, things we have control over within our room. And if that itself is chaotic, then we have no chance of sorting out the bigger problems in our lives and in the lives of others. So cleaning up our room helps us, put our mind at ease, and can help us also in a practical manner get things done more efficiently, to get rid of distractions, to get rid of things we don't use that take up space but don't offer value in our lives. And doing this will help keep your mind at ease, and then allow the more practical aspects of having more space in your home, less distractions in the environment around you, to allow you to be more productive. So that's my second suggestion. My third step is more a practical one, of keeping a to-do list or a calendar, or both of these, just because I like to subscribe to the idea that we want to keep as much little mental clutter as possible. So if we can offload all the things we need to do onto an external document or electronic record or whatever, then that will help us clean the clutter within our mind, and to allow us to use our minds to focus on actually performing tasks, and then offloading the task of memorizing them, and we can re-refer back to this list throughout the day to remind ourselves what else needs to be done, and we can help triage what's important, what's not, what needs to be done immediately versus later, etc., etc. And then obviously there will be things that we always forget about, things we are trying to procrastinate, and having a thing that we refer to all the time, like a to-do list or a calendar, is imperative in helping us stay on focus, stay on track. Next is the concept of having regular breaks. Doing something for a long period of time. Often we don't have that attention span, especially in today's society. We've got social media, we've got very short form content. We want things done as quickly as possible. Especially in that sort of environment where we're having so much information thrown at us, it's good to be able to take a break, to be able to process that, and then resume that task or switch to another task. There's the concept of the Pomodoro technique, where I don't remember exactly what the technique is, but you maybe study for 20 minutes and then you take a break for 5 minutes, and then you study for 20 minutes, take a break for 5 minutes, etc., etc. And even though that might seem like a lot of break time, that time allows us to rest, allows our mind to process that information and help retain it, and keeps us from being bored when we're doing studying or repetitive tasks, things that aren't necessarily mentally stimulating or engaging. Sometimes you find yourself doing a task and you're starting to fall asleep. You're not retaining any information while you're watching a really long lecture, for example, or while you're doing a long study session. And that's your body's way of saying, this is not effective, we need to try something else. And having breaks where we allow our mind to do other things, allow our minds to process that information, helps us be more efficient in the long run. Next is just general well-being, eating and sleeping well. So eating a nice balanced diet, not too much junk food, processed food, different kinds of nutrition, so not just all of one thing, I think would be beneficial. And then getting enough sleep throughout the night helps, just generally speaking, and you'll be surprised how much more effective and time efficient you are when you have a lot of sleep. On top of that, if you have time, exercise is always good, even if it's a short amount, like half an hour every day. That will not only have benefits for your physical health, but also your mental health as well. The last step, and I think this is really a last step. So once you've done all these things, you're feeling good about yourself, you've cleaned your environment, you've got a to-do list, you're organizing things, and you're getting those things done, you're being productive and taking regular breaks, and then in between sessions where you're studying or you're being productive, and you're eating, sleeping well, you're doing all these things, and you're still feeling in the dumps, then I think one way we can help ourselves feel better is to help someone else. And I mean that in the most genuine way. And we're not doing it for the selfish means of trying to make ourselves feel better, but sometimes just genuinely putting our heart in and trying to help someone out really does help us feel better. Seeing someone else smile, that's just infectious. Seeing someone else's day, your tiny action might make someone else's day, and then the fact that they're so happy makes you very happy as well. And I think being able to share, even the smallest action that you can take sometimes means so much for someone else. Anyways, I don't really have any poignant examples on the top of my head, but Um, you can probably envisage a time in your life where you didn't have to do something for someone. You did it. You weren't expecting anything back, and it brought you so much joy that it really felt like uh, there was no better feeling. I don't really have any other words to describe it, but that can really pull you out of the gutter. And hopefully, if you've implemented all 7 of these things, you will be one step closer to feeling a bit more happy about your situation. I hope today's video has been useful to at least one of you. And that's all I've got for today. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.